Hello, and welcome to today's video. Today, I'm reviewing the second book in the Enola Holmes series. This one is The Case of the Left-Handed Lady. Okay guys, like I said, second book in the Enola Holmes series. This one, they have made the film on Netflix. To be honest with you, very different story. Very different story. The book is very different from the film very different from the book. Okay? I enjoyed both. I have to say, I did enjoy both. Maybe even preferred the book version, to be honest with you. Although I did very much enjoy the film versions. They're done well. But yeah, in this case, the two really didn't have that many things in common. So in this one, we still have Enola Holmes, who is still on the run, as it were. Those of you that need a recap of the first book, if you haven't read it, then you can check out my review for it, or turn away now because I might give a spoiler. So in the first book, basically on Enola Holmes' birthday, her mother disappears. Her brothers, Sherlock Holmes and Mycroft, come in and they basically try to send off into the schooling for females of that time, okay, which she, having been brought up by her mother, is very a free spirit and things, and is not in agreement about her education and being married off and things like that, okay. She wants to be a free spirit. So she runs off with the help of her mother, really, because her mother, although she disappeared without saying anything about where she was going or anything, she did actually leave clues and things for the young Enola to solve, and therefore managed to get hold of money and things like that. Okay, so moving on back to this episode of it. So we still have her on the run, as it were, hiding in the streets of London, which is obviously where older brother Sherlock lives and is a famous detective. She's trying to find her own footing in the world. One of the things that she wants to do is have an agency where she finds lost people. Okay, she's good at finding lost things. She's decided she wants to find lost people. Have a very particular niche. Obviously, back in those times, not something that women could do because women's rights were a bit cruddy back then, to be honest. Which is why there was the whole suffragette movement and things at the time. Okay, so the things that Enola wants to be doing and things not really fitting with the time, so she works her way around it with various disguises and things, whilst also trying to keep tabs on her brothers, connect with her mum, not be discovered by her brothers because she doesn't want to be sent back to the strict female education and things like that. She wants to be free. She also at the same time is trying to solve her own mysteries and things and make her way with clients and things like that without ever giving away who she is in this. I have to say, the character of Enola grows on me more and more. The more I discover her as a character, the more I love her character. Not only is she brave and witty and very intelligent, creative and everything, but she just has so many talents, but she's also such a good person in all this. So, and yeah, she's awesome. She's awesome. And yeah, so there we go. So in this, the case of the left-handed lady, is in reference to the case that Enola takes on for a client when this Baron's daughter goes missing. She then takes the case to find her. Okay, the fact that the girl disappeared in the middle of the night seems like she ran away, possibly off with a lover or whatever. Again, you have to go back to the time zone that we're in here, and very much not something that a well-to-do lady should do. And yeah, so she goes looking for Lady Cecily in this, and so she takes on loads of different disguises and things. She's also trying to juggle Dr. Watson and Sherlock and 1,000 other people in this. But the left-hand lady is actually this lady that has disappeared, that she's trying to track down. So that's where we get the name of the book from. The fact that she was a left-handed lady, again, this goes back to historical things about the time. The fact that being left-handed was seen as like a huge disability and things. It was very much frowned upon, particularly in the upper classes and things. You did not want anyone knowing that you had a left-handed child and things, and they had to go through severe torture to make them right-handed, as it were. Very cool times, based on just superstition and people thinking they're better than others, basically. But anyway, so this poor girl was left-handed, taught to be and brought up to be right-handed. It was very secretive, the fact that she was left-handed, but that's where we get the title of the story from. So many different twists and turns throughout this. A very enjoyable book, I think, for all ages, because you have to remember that these Enola Holmes series definitely fit into the teen category, because Enola herself is a young lady. Okay, she's in her teens, and so yes, definitely teen, YA, myself adult. I enjoyed this. It's a very simple read, it's a very quick read if you are an adult, but also very enjoyable. And like I said, I love Enola, so yeah, it was good. I very much enjoyed this. I'm very much looking forward to reading the other books in the series as well, which, if you remember, I have a lot of them, because the wonderful publisher Hotkey Books actually sent me the whole series of books for this one. So you can actually see the book hauls and things I did for those. They really went above and beyond. Totally awesome. So make sure you check out other books by Hotkey Books as well, because it's important to support awesome publishers as well. And yeah, these books really, really good. And I mean, I do love Sherlock Holmes stuff, and I do want to read more Sherlock Holmes books. I actually have some on my shelf which I got sent from a publisher, which I can't remember the name of off the top of my head. I will find out and link it up for you. But they sent me, they're actually going to send me one book which I have read and reviewed, but they also sent me extra books as well. And these are a publisher which publish just Sherlock Holmes related books. Okay, that's their whole thing is Sherlock Holmes related. So I shall link up for various things for those as well. So if you do like the whole Sherlock Holmes, Enola Holmes kind of world, then make sure you check out this series. Like I said, I really enjoyed this one, but do not go into it thinking that it is the same as the film, because they are very different. Okay, both in characters involved in the story, what happens, Enola herself, how she ends up with different things. There's, yeah, not as much crossover as with the first book. So bear that in mind when you're going into this one. Anyway, that is it for today. So thank you for joining me, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.